Once the first WDS quantification is performed, it is an easy task to perform any more further composition quantifications with the WDS spectrometer. I have moved the stage to a new stage location, increased the magnification to a very high value. All of the settings have previously been set, so it is a simple matter of going up to the Start menu, Start button, and just pressing the Start button. Once again, the beam current is measured for this particular acquisition. The EDS acquisition begins. When the EDS acquisition is finalized, then the WDS acquisition's quantifications will be performed. It is possible to use the analysis automation or the stage automation to predefine any number of points that the user would like to collect for the sample. A typical series of options is to select a grid of points, for instance, on any number of samples or any number of regions within samples to collect a statistically significant number of different analyses to make sure that any one quantification values that are performed are consistent with other quantification values in the sample, and that you're really analyzing the composition variations in the sample. The stage will automatically be moved, the beam current will be performed, the alignment of the spectrometer to that particular stage location will occur, and the full WDS will acquire fully unattended. It is also possible to turn off the beam current so that the whole acquisition can run totally unattended, that the operator just has to hit the go button and can leave, and the system will collect all of the data, store all of the data, and then have it ready for the analyst when they want to return at the end. So in this particular case, it has already aligned. It is now collecting the counts for the chromium K alpha. It will run through the chromium, cobalt, nickel, yttrium, and aluminum in succession based on the statistics of each of these elements independently. The termination criteria is typically set for 10,000 counts peak time, 10,000 counts in the peak. To give square root of n is about 1% uncertainty in the measurement value. That can be increased or decreased based on the wishes of the analyst, but it's very nice default values to come from the factory. Once again, to adjust the vertical full scale of the rate meter, we can click the Clear History button. I will just adjust it slightly so that we can get a better feel for what the values are. It's now completed the cobalt. It's on to analyzing the nickel. Completed the nickel and moving on to the yttrium. You can see the yttrium peak is significantly lower than the other peaks, but it is higher than the original data point that we had collected at the original stage position. So it collected that low background for a very short amount of time. The peak was a very short time. Can move on to the aluminum. That amplitude is much higher, so the total acquisition time will presumably be much shorter for this particular material. Once again, it is completed with the aluminum, so all the elements have been collected. So it's just a matter of going to the quantification results, seeing the summary once again for the WDS acquisitions for the quantification, and then the WDS acquisitions as well for the final quantification.